When it comes to a parrot's intelligence, how do we measure that? How is it usually measured, and what have I noticed, what stands out to me? And so that, like, how do I see parrot intelligence? And ultimately, one of my questions that I received was, who's smarter, a conure or a Quaker? Hey guys, I'm Kaylin, the author of the Parrot Bliss Bond. I have over 22 species of parrots. I love my parrots. My parrots are my bliss. Please check out the Parrot Bliss Bond and get to know African Grey and Cape parrots, both on Amazon. Plus I have a picture book coming out hopefully really soon. I keep trying to finish it up. If you're used to hanging out, you know that this is Ale, my white-capped Pyonis, and you know that my mission is to help you increase your blissful bond with your parrot, decreasing the need for rescues or rehoming. Let's talk about how smart parrots are. Parrot intelligence is often measured, just the way intelligence in animals is measured, by a few key things. Two of them tend to be the animal's ability to use a tool and the animal's ability to problem solve. While most species of parrots aren't ranked up there as the most intelligent, crows generally get that crown, parrots are highly intelligent and they do use tools and they also do solve problems. As a matter of fact, if my macaw could not solve the problem of opening her cage, I wouldn't have a problem. Instead, she's like, opens the cage herself and comes out when she pleases. Now that's intelligence. So that's how people generally measure it. For me, living with parrots, knowing so many different species, what has impressed me the most is, I guess I might say, some of the emotional intelligence. And for me, it really comes down to their ability to, in a way, adapt, but not adapt the way you might be thinking. I mean, kind of adapt to whatever's going on, being able to understand what's going on, and kind of still getting what they want. That's intelligence to me, and it's also a certain form of power. My parrots that do things like Rosie and come out and get what they want, I think that's keen intelligence. So here are some examples. Zeus, our African Grey, Ketsi, one of our Kaiques, and Emerald, our Hans macaw, they all say night, 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 but only at night. So they know the words, but they also know the context. And what's always amazing to me is that they tend to say night, night, night as we're going upstairs to go to bed for the night, not at other times in the evening. So they really seem to understand the day's over, you're gonna go to bed, and they really say that night, night, night. Rosie, our new green-winged macaw that we rehomed and received, she's been with us for 6 weeks. And one of the things that we like doing with her every day, sometimes twice a day, in the morning and the evening, is we take her for a walk. So now when we say walk to Rosie, she just recently learned what it really means, and she says it. She says it something like, walk? Yeah, I know, I sound just like her, right? But we're really impressed and we're really thrilled because we want her to understand that we're going for a walk so that she won't play around with us. She'll really step up and come with us if she wants to go for a walk. When she first arrived, we weren't quite doing it. We were figuring things out. So I think that, and I don't know how long we've been saying, let's go for a walk, Rosie, but it just hasn't been very, very long. So for Rosie to pick up the word and understand the meaning, we're really impressed. Rosie, as a representative for green-winged macaws everywhere, is keenly intelligent. Now, here's another phenomenal intelligence for me. We have an Amazon, and he's an orange-winged Amazon. His name is Tico. He loves golden conures, and when we first got Beatrix, our golden conure, Beatrix wanted nothing to do with Tico because Tico loves goldens, but this golden was like, I don't know you, get away from me. And you can't blame him. Now, Beatrix so very much didn't like Tico that actually when Beatrix was upstairs in his cage and Tico flew up because he wanted to see Beatrix and flew onto Beatrix's cage, Beatrix bit Tico's feet. Terrible. Now I had a cut in Tico. I had to tend to it. Not that big of a deal, but not ideal. Did Tico hold a grudge? No. Did Tico bite back? No. Did Tico stay constant and persistent and woo Beatrix and win him over? Yes. Now they're like this. They're bonded. They preen each other. They play. Tico puts up with the fact that Beatrix is young because Tico's not young. He's a mature adult. I don't know exactly how old. He was a rescue. But, you know, Beatrix is young. He's a year and a few months, and he's kind of, you know, wanting to play and sort of, you know, see how strong he is. And he can sometimes play with Tico a little roughly, and I hear Tico screaming. And, you know, and I can tell that sometimes Beatrix's youth is annoying Tico, but Tico's still patient with him and does super well. It's just amazing. The other pair that's like that is Jules, our Indian ringneck. Now he's really surprised me because I think of Indian ringnecks as being pretty independent, and as a species, generally speaking, they are. For example, our female Indian ringneck, who is more stereotypically an Indian ringneck than a male would be, she bonds with me. She likes my daughter and my husband, but she doesn't bond with any other bird, including the Indian ringneck that I got for her, Jules. And if anything, she is intolerant of other parrots. Not even pacifistic about it. I don't know if that worked. Not even a pacifist who just lets them be. She can get intolerant. It's kind of like if you're in her way, watch out. So Jules has really surprised me because he decided that he liked Ale, our Pionis, and he would go to Ale's cage and kind of seek him out gently at first, but then in the last week there's been a big jump, and Jules goes and hangs out on the side of Ale's cage and has now, when they were both out, started preening him, and they're starting to bond. Yesterday Jules was going into Ale's cage. Ale seemed fine with it. I made sure the door was open so that if anyone feels unsafe, they can come out, and I was keeping my eye on them. And they did really well. I still didn't leave them together, just so you know, for safety reasons, because until I'm 110% sure that I can leave them together in a cage, I won't. So I'm still not doing that, but I'm just amazed at how very much they really are bonding, and they're finding a friendship within each other. But Jules kind of assessed things. He saw all the different species. He flies around. He kind of sees what he wants to do. And I tried taming him, and he's a little tame, but not terribly tame. He'll take a treat. He has gotten what he's wanted out of the situation. He keeps himself safe. He takes care of himself, and he found a friend, and he owned and claimed his friendship. That's intelligence to me. Yes, my parrots use tools. They will certainly use a feather and, you know, scratch themselves, use that tool. They will do things like open cages. I have more than one parrot that knows how to open a cage. They certainly know how to use tools. They certainly know how to solve puzzles. They're amazing. Now, the question had specifically been, who's smarter, a green cheek conure or a Quaker? And I have to tell you that they're both highly intelligent species. I feel like they're both easily trainable. I have been able to observe them sort of assess the situation and get what they want out of the situation, which is not necessarily bonding with me, but they have come around to do that. I can't say that one's more intelligent than the other. They're just both really smart. They learn what they need to learn. They can learn tricks. You can't go wrong. So there you have what I find, or how I measure parrot intelligence. I think my parrots are incredible, of course. Now, if you want any awesome parrot merch, please be sure to visit shop.parrotbliss.com. And if you're interested in joining my YouTube membership, please visit my page at parrotbliss.com and click on groups. And I will catch you in the next feathered video, hopefully after you give me one of these and maybe a comment, because it helps my juice. See you next time.